So it is day 23 inside of our 30K in 90 days challenge. And today we're going to talk a little bit about how to make sure you are getting the most out of yourself. Okay. And it's really going to be all about you changing your state. All right. So before we get into it, let me give you a little introduction. If you are new to my channel or to my wall, hello, my name is Tracy Walker. I am a baseball mom. I am a seven-figure digital marketer, and I am a marketing automations expert. And I decided to do this challenge over the last 22 days so far, and over the upcoming 70, 60, 67 days or so, or 77 days or so, because my goal is to help you really understand and learn the keys to making money on the internet, leveraging digital marketing. Digital marketing meaning creating content, creating assets, digital assets that show up on the internet that allow people to learn from you, learn about you, learn things that you share, where you get to share your expertise, your knowledge, strategies, anything that you know about, and actually be able to be compensated for that knowledge. Now, if you are a person where you may not carry any type of specialized knowledge right now, then you can also leverage digital marketing programs as an affiliate, which will pay you to pretty much promote other people's education and information that still serve those who are looking for that type of fulfillment. Now, the great thing about what we're doing is that I'm an affiliate of a program where we are actually paid 100% commissions. And so, if you've ever been in network marketing before or ever done affiliate marketing before, you know that sometimes you might promote and market other people's stuff and you might get 10%, you might get 20%. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because it's always better than nothing. But what if you could have 100% of a $900 sale? What if you could have 100% of a $600 sale? Maybe a $300 or $100 sale. Could that be change? Could that create some change in your life? And we like to believe that the answer is yes. So that is the purpose of this challenge, is to fill you in, give you insight, give you strategy, give you skill, give you techniques that you can use all for free, so that you can see that this is actually possible. You can do this. All right. And if you choose to leverage the program that I leverage, how you can make 30K in 90 days, okay, by following these simple things that I'll be teaching you. All right. So today is day number 23 within our 90 days. And I want to talk a little bit about changing your state. As a marketer, as a person that's, every day I'm looking to serve people, I'm looking to help people, I'm looking to really find the person that I'm looking for. Let's say a single mom that's out there that's looking to increase her income, but without sacrificing the time away from her children or having to get another job or, all that unnecessary stuff. I'm looking for these types of people. And sometimes I might get in a rut. Right. Sometimes I get up and I'm trying to get myself going, right? And it's just something dragging me down. Have you ever felt like that? Like it's just something, you're just not in the mood. Some people call it getting out on the wrong side of the bed, I think they call it. It doesn't happen that much for me anymore, but it used to happen a lot more often than I'd like. And what I learned to do over time was acknowledge that feeling, right? Acknowledge that feeling. I know if you're working a job full time right now, still you might feel that a lot more often. You might feel that like every dang on day, like, God dang it, I don't feel like going to this job, but you do what you got to do, right? The point is that sometimes when you're in a state where you're not feeling so inspired, or you don't feel so excited, and you're trying to, be jolly, or you want to share some content, or you want to do a video, or you want to write a Facebook post or something like that, it's just not coming out. And sometimes that's because you may not even be in the right physical environment, right? So you will see that some people, if they have the flexibility, they might go for a walk, right? And just be out in nature. Some people might go for a drive and just let the wind blow and just kind of give them a little bit of relaxation, right? At a brisk air going across your face can help you kind of wake up and maybe let some stress off of your back. Some people might actually go to the gym and exercise, right, where they're changing their physical environment so they can have a different stimulus, right? Having a different stimulus can have an impact on you. If you are in, let's say, the workplace, and you're looking around at all the people and you don't like these people, you don't like this place, you don't like this desk, you hate looking at this computer, that phone makes you sick, right? Everything about your environment is turns your energy all the way down. Then it would be ridiculous to think that your performance in that environment is going to be optimal, right? So you have to change your physical environment. But what if you can't change your physical environment? What if you can't just get up in the middle of the day and go for a jog? What if you can't just get up in the middle of the day and turn on your favorite song and, jump up and down and sing and dance and get things going? What if you can't just go out for a drive or, go for a swim? What if you can't just go to the tanning salon or the nail salon or go get a massage? What if that is not physically possible? Well, you got to do something different. Now, before I tell you what that is, how many of you guys are old enough to remember the show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? I might be dating myself, but how many of you guys remember the show Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Right? It was on PBS, like public broadcasting station, right? PBS, and this was a show that I used to watch as a child. And one of the things that I loved about Mr. Rogers is like he was always like in a land of make believe, right? So what would happen is the show would come on. It's a beautiful day in a neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Right. And so he would come in, he'd take off his jacket, his sweater, he'll change his shoes. And the goal of the show was to teach children very basic fundamental skills, right? Like tying your shoes or taking off your sweater, hanging it up at the door, right? Things that the children are seeing over and over and over, even though he may not be saying, hang your sweater up at the door. If you're watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, through as an adult now, it's through the pattern of repetition. They say repetition is the mother of all learning. So he's hanging it up, and so kids learn to just come in the door and hang up their sweater, right? Or come in, take off their shoes, or come in, tie their shoes, and then they're going to get ready to go back outside. So I love Mr. Rogers, but there was a segment of his show where he always went into the land of make believe, and he had like this little like a little roller coaster, like a train track, right? Like a little train track, a fake train, a toy train. And he would put his little train and the person, whoever the little puppet was on there, and they would choo their way through this little tunnel. And then the show would shift into like the tunnel, and it would be the land of make believe, right? Now let me ask you something. The land of make believe, where is that? Where's that really? Where is the land of make believe really? The land of make believe really is in your mind, right? It's your imagination. So Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood is teaching children how to imagine good things, or imagine fun, or imagine learning a new skill, or learning a new trade, or learning how to, feed yourself, or whatever it was he was teaching them to do. I can't remember exactly at the moment. The point is that he was always talking about the imagination. Now, why do you think that type of programming is not on television today? Well, because we don't really want children in their imagination, right? The world wants to program them for us versus children being able to go into their imagination and getting used to going into their imagination in such a way that when they become adults like us, they still remember how to go into their imagination and create things that they want. So when we're talking about changing your state, if you are unable to change your physical positioning, your physical environment, you can't get up and run and go and jog and all this type of stuff, then the next best thing for you to do is to change your mental state. And so Mr. Rogers used to say, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What's your neighborhood? When you close your eyes, this is your neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. So you have to create that. Now, there are ways that you can change your state, and there are plenty of people that teach as adults as business owners, as entrepreneurs, as parents, as, spouses, at how you can change your state in your mind mentally without having to, do a whole bunch. And one of my favorite people who teaches this is Tony Robbins. One of my favorite people is Tony Robbins. And he actually has workshops and he has live events and he has webinars and courses and books and everything where he's dedicated the last probably 30-40 years of his life teaching people how to get into the state that will allow them to perform at optimal levels that churn out the results, whether it's financial results, whether it's personal development results, whether it's mental results, whether it's relational results, churn out the results that are going to be beneficial to that person. So if you ever feel like, oh man, I don't feel like doing a video. I just feel so drugged down. Oh, I just feel so worn out. Oh, right. And you aren't able to get your energy up to do what you need to do in your business, you've got to change your state. All right. Now, what I want to do really quickly is I actually want to show you a short video of Tony Robbins where he's breaking down how you can do it. It's about 3 or 4 minutes. It's not even super long, but I'm going to show this video because there's no better person than Tony Robbins to explain to you how you can change your state. It's your physical environment. But if you can't change that, you've got to change your mental environment. You've got to be able to do that on your own without the need for external stimuli. You got to learn how to do it yourself. And when you can master this for yourself, you begin to be in more control of your emotions, of your state, and you will be in more control of your attitude, which is going to increase your ability to raise your energy. And they say, high energy equals high income. All right. So let me show you this short video and then we'll jump back on and we'll close things out. So introducing Tony Robbins. Here's how to change your state.
People are not one way. We are a reflection of the states we're living in. When you're in a frustrated state, an overwhelmed state, a tired state, your brain processes completely differently than if you're in a passionate state, whether you're feeling determined, whether you're feeling committed, whether you feel completely resolved. So learning to change the leader's state, learning how to change your own state. Because, people, one of the silliest questions I get asked is, you're not really that happy, are you? Or you have bad days, don't you? Of course I have, bad times. But I don't have bad days anymore, and it's not BS. It's because I've trained myself like an athlete to go in these peak states so often that they're just natural for me. It's like building a muscle. So it's not like I'm so smart or I'm just so positive. It's just like, why would I waste my time stressing out? I have a 90-second rule. I'll stress for 90 seconds, but stress is not going to solve it. Let me put myself back in a different state. I've been teaching for years that a radical change in your body instantly changes your biochemistry. 38 years I've taught it. 2 years ago at Harvard, they did a study, scientifically proven what I've been teaching all these decades, where they call it power postures.
Yeah, the Wonder Woman stance.
Yeah, standing like Wonder Woman or Superman for 2 minutes.
Yep.
Or like you see guys like this, pull back like that for 2 minutes, literally increases your testosterone in your biochemistry within 2 minutes by 20%. It drops cortisol by 18%, which is the stress hormone, and increases your chance of taking a more risky behavior, which is what's required of a leader, by 33%. 2 minutes. Now that's just standing a certain way. I show people use their voice, their body, their movement, which is 10 times more dynamic than just a stiff stance. And when you change your state, your mental emotional state, you change your performance. There are people that are born and upbred, you may be born with more certainty, like people are willing to take more risks. There certainly are people of that nature. But anyone can be a leader in something that they decide to become masterful in. You can be the leader of your own life. Everyone should lead their own life. You should be the leader of your family. And so I think everyone can be a leader, but there are different types and different styles of leadership. And I believe that leadership is a skill. It starts with having something that you're committed to that's larger than yourself, a vision that's bigger than yourself. If there's a large enough vision, if you have enough passion for that vision, then you're going to have enough drive to actually start to execute. And then leadership is the capacity to discipline your disappointment, because you're going to have to go through failures, and instead of making failures, you have to learn from those. And then it comes down to the skill of influence once again. And so anyone can learn, anyone can develop a vision, anyone can uncover their passion, anyone can learn to influence. That's a skill that could be learned. So yes, leadership can be taught and leadership can be learned. Can everyone be a leader? The answer is yes, because there's so many different things to lead in. And it's not a situation like you have to follow me for you to lead. I just have to know what it is I truly stand for. I always say there are two things that influence everyone. If you want to be a leader, you have to know how to change other people's states. A person is in a no state, a person's in an angry state, a person's in a frustrated state. You have to be able to influence their state, because if you change their state, you're going to change the result they get. But the second thing you have to understand is, what are people's blueprints? Blueprints, my shorthand for what are their values? What do they believe? What do they fear? I always say to people that life is found in the dance between what you desire most and what you fear most. If I want to lead you and support you, I got to know your goals, your desires. I got to know what you're scared about, what you're fearful about, what stresses you out. And if I understand that, I can communicate in a way that'll inspire you to maximize, not only when I'm here, that's management. Leadership is I'm gone and you've raised your own standard and you're going to continue to perform at a higher level.
All right. So you see what I'm saying? So being able to change your state, understanding your vision, what are your values, what is the thing that you're most excited about, what is the thing that you're most fearful of, and being able to let that drive you, right? So here's what I want to challenge you with here on today and on day 23. What is your vision? What is it that you are doing all of this for? Is it just to go to work every day? Is it just to get the money and pay the bills? I mean, they say that poor people believe that money is just to pay the bills, right? That's their belief system, that money is purely there just to go pay bills. They say that the middle class, their whole belief about money is that it's there for them to leverage credit, have good credit, and be able to go buy things that they can't buy on credit, right? And some manage a level of debt. That's what the middle class believes, that they got to have good credit to go borrow things that they really can't afford on debt, and then just use the money to keep paying the debt off, right? But what wealthy people believe about money is that the money is designed to be a catalyst to go make more money. That's what it's for, to go and make more money. It is to be a seed to go and grow more money. And so, what are your beliefs? If your beliefs are that you want to be able to generate money so that you can impact other people's lives, well, in what way? In what way do you want to impact people's lives? Whose lives do you want to impact? And how many of them do you want to impact? Is this a life mission? Is this just something for the next 3 to 5 years? What is it that is going to be the calling on your life? And I'm telling you, if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, it's probably about time that you give yourself some time to think about that and really hone in and grab the handlebars so that you can begin to drive yourself and hold yourself up on a path that's going to allow you to perform optimally. If you are purely just waking up every day, humdrum, no real mission, nothing that is making you feel like you are contributing to the world, you don't feel like you're going to leave an impact on this planet, it's going to be tough to be able to influence others with your content. It's going to be difficult to help other people change their state with your content. It's going to be very difficult for other people to buy from you, because people buy with their feelings, people buy with their emotions. And if you have not figured out what it is that makes you excited, then it's hard to transfer that energy to someone else. And that's all success really, really is you being able, what that's all sales is being able to transfer the belief from yourself to someone else. So if you believe that this particular program is going to help a lot of people, you got to be in the right state to be able to help transfer that belief. And trust me, being doubtful, that ain't going to change nobody's belief. That ain't going to change nobody's state. You just going to make sure they get in the same state you in, which is in a state of doubt. And the last time I seen somebody buy with doubt, honey, was never. People got to believe you, right? And the best person to start with believing is yourself. right? So I hope that that little clip kind of inspired you a little bit. If you want to head over to YouTube, where you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook, you're watching this. If you want to go do a search for Tony Robbins, do Tony Robbins Change Your State. Just find something. Watch any of those. One of my favorite videos that Tony Robbins has is where he talks about, now I am the voice, right? I will lead, not follow. I will create, not destroy. So in other words, he's teaching you how to use affirmations to change your state. So there's different ways that you can do it. But what I want you to walk away from this live with here on today, day 23, is that if you are not in the mood and you strive to be an entrepreneur, you have to get yourself in the mood. That's right. Inspiration comes from the inside out. You got to get your own self in the mood. It ain't my job to get you excited about your goals and your dreams. It ain't your neighbor's job to get you excited and thrilled and jumping for joy about the life you want to live. It's not your husband or your wife's job to make sure that you're inspired for the day so that you can go out there and be the best you possible. That is a you job. And so, learning how to change your state, learning how to do it, whether in the physical sense, environmental, moving around, going somewhere else, right? And being able to do it mentally, internally, with yourself, without physically having to change, is going to be very beneficial. Now, I want to caution you on this thing, and then we're going to close it out. I don't know who taught me this, but there's a saying that says, wherever you go, there you are. So be mindful that if you're feeling down or sad or angry or uninspired, and you carry yourself across the street to your neighbor's house, and you carry yourself to the park and sit on the bench, and do not allow nature to intercede. Do not allow yourself to open up to the fresh air, to the birds chirping, and have a desire to change. Well, then you're just going to take your little sad butt over across the street in the park and still be sad sitting on that bench. Everywhere you go, there you are. So I want you to remember, you cannot escape yourself. You can't move from Atlanta to Chicago and now you're going to be a different person. You're not going to move from Chicago to the Bahamas and think you're going to be a different person until you learn how to change your own state. Then you will be ready to help change the states of others. And guess what? Make more money in your business. All right. So I want to make sure that if you have not gotten your hands on our digital marketing blueprint, which is free, by the way, a free digital marketing blueprint, it's our video that teaches you all about what we call our Legacy Builders program, that allows you to learn the skills of digital marketing, teaches you how to set up your own products if you want to, teaches you about faceless marketing if that's what you want to do, teaches you about Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, YouTube marketing, TikTok marketing, running free ads and generating leads and making sales. We teach you all of that inside of our program. And if you decide to share the goodness, if you decide to share the knowledge with someone else because you realize, gosh, dang, I'm really learning this stuff, right? It's helping me. And you decide to share it with someone else, you could use any of the marketing strategies that we teach you. When you earn a commission or you refer a new person to the program, you can make up to $900 per sale. Okay. Now, I don't know if you're looking to make some money or if you're just looking to hang out with me every day for 90 days, but this is the 30K in 90 days challenge. My assumption would be that there's something inside of you saying, yeah, it sure would be great to make $10,000 in these next 30 days, right? If that's you, let me show you how. Head over to www.makemoneywithtracy.com. You can find the link in the description of this video. If you're over on YouTube watching this, if you're over on Facebook watching this, you'll be able to find the link in the comments just to make it easy for you. Either way, you can see it right here on the screen, right? And you can see it scrolling across the bottom. But head over to makemoneywithtracy.com. Let me show you how to get your hands on true powerful education, e-learning, and marketing that allows you to even leverage another course, somebody else's program, somebody else's education for your benefit in terms of what you put up here as well as what you put in that pocketbook. All right. So I want you guys to have a great, great, great rest of your day. I want you to join me back here on tomorrow for day number 24. Can you believe it? We are just 6 days away from 30 days of doing this challenge consistently. And I'm excited. I hope my state has been able to inspire you to change your state too. All right. So that is the lesson for today. Make sure you head over and grab your free digital marketing blueprint. And I will see you guys on tomorrow for day number 23. Later, guys.